Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realms. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be going in there with kind of a funny team into Apoc 2. I want to try out this team. So it's going to be Aracha, Numera, Talon, Percy, Eloin, Praetus, Constance, Ingrid, Jira, and Carnelian. Now there's a few problems I need to point out with Numera, and that's kind of like the whole goal of this video here. We'll get into that as we go along. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so first off, I want to talk about why Aracha. Well, Aracha on her skills here, she's going to be putting out poisons, a lot of poisons actually. Aracha is also able to put out stuns, so that's going to be right here, and this works pretty decent. It's not too crazy. It's not going to reduce a lot of that damage coming in, but Carnelian's going to help us get through that. Hopefully she's going to help us get through that. She's also lowered for the same faction for Numera and Talon as well. It also increases their faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. Faction team members' attack ranges are also increased. They attack a little farther away. That's not really a big deal in this. Very one tile away from the target increases their damage by 5% up to 50%. So a lot of the bosses, when you fight them, it may look like you're closer than you really are. The amount of tiles that you actually are away from that boss is more than you think it is anyways. So she's a really good lord for it to combine with Numera. Numera has the ability to do this toxic surge, which consumes the poison effects inflicted on the target, dealing a certain amount of magic damage based on the poison stacks consumed, up to 30 stacks. She's going to be also putting out some stuns. She can put up some poisons as well, but this toxic surge is what it's really all about. When she gets 4 stacks of Grimthorn spikes, if you activate her ultimate, she will basically do a poison explode on the boss, and it comes out to be a significant amount of damage. But she's also able to put out damage reduction. Now this is where the problem kind of comes in with Numera. She needs to have 4 stacks of Grimthorn spikes and then activate another one on top of that. So every 5th attack, she's going to be able to put out this damage reduction. Now if you use up her Grimthorn spikes, because you can immediately use up, I think it's 2 of them here. She gains 2 extra Grimthorn spikes and rapidly launches all Grimthorn spikes to random enemies in range. After charging for a short period, each spike dealing 520% damage and inflicting 1 stack of poison. She puts out a bunch of poisons, then she's going to activate Toxic Surge, but she does use up a bunch of her Grimthorn spikes, so that's when the damage reduction debuff will actually fall off of the boss. So if you plan on using her outside of when the boss is actually going to be attacking, you're kind of at risk of taking some extra damage until you get those Grimthorn spikes built up again. At least that is my understanding, and from putting her on the field with normal guild boss, I want to say Nightmare 1, it's just normal guild boss, it does kind of seem that way. Once you use them up, you're kind of in trouble. Now as for the build for her, how do you want to build her? We do want to go with Wicked Vengeance on the left side, that attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus, that quad roll if you can get it. Otherwise, go with for Warlord, attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and then get attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and fight attack on Warlord. Otherwise, you want 2 quad rolls here from Wicked Vengeance. And then on the right side here, Soulbound Arcana is a really good set for her. She does cycle through that pretty quickly. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and rage regen on one of those pieces, and then the other 2 you want to get flat attack. The flat attack is going to help with poisons, and it's also going to help with her true damage. So her Grimthorn spikes here can do true damage of Grimthorn roots here. Each Grimthorn spike inflicts Grimthorn roots. So when she hits them with a spike and she's doing the damage reduction, she's doing true damage at the same time. When she's just sitting there idle and you're trying to keep the damage reduction going, it does work out kind of well, because she does continuous true damage equal to 30% of the caster's attack per second, stacking up to 6 times, and it cannot be dispelled. So it is really nice if you can actually kind of wait, and then you want to pop that ultimate when Semrah goes into the invulnerable state, so you can kind of maximize that damage. As for the artifact, I find the Shattered Hilt to be really good at maximizing her damage. It does increase the single target damage by 20% for every 5 instances of damage dealt. increases single target damage by an extra 1%, stacking up to 10 times, totaling out to 30%. And that can be put on any boss anywhere. She doesn't worry about bleeds being up or burns being up or anything like that. It's a really good artifact for her. Alright, so what's the deal with Talon? Well, Talon is going to be the one basically removing all the buffs off the Aegis field phase in the later stages. When you put her on a platform, she has the ability here to remove buffs off the boss. So every 9 attack launched, the next attack deals 480% damage and dispels 1 buff on the target. She's not a crazy damage dealer in this case. I don't have her skilled out all the way. I did test this a little bit just to make sure that it was going to work, but it does do the job of getting the buffs off there and keeping them off. Other than that, she's just bringing a bunch of damage. That's essentially what she's there for. You needed to bring somebody along to remove those buffs, right? First, he's there for the AoE damage reduction. We all know about him. Elowen's there for the cleanses and the rage regen. We have Praetus in there to help with stuns for the Titan Saw phase. We have Constance in there for inspiration. Ingrid's in there to supplement some damage. Jira is going to be mostly a tank. And then we have Carnelian here as well, who's going to be keeping us alive, hopefully. Like I said, I haven't tested this in the long range fight, but that's what we're here to do today. I will go over their gear mostly at the end of the video to kind of explain to you what they're all, or at least show you what they're all wearing. That way you can kind of try to replicate this if you want to. Now, Aracha could be supplemented for Nastia, of course. Nastia is going to work really well with this team. We have a lot of magic damage in here. Actually, I think even Jira. Oh, she's actually physical damage. But yeah, everybody else here, Ingrid, Praetus, Talon, Numera, and Aracha or Nastia is all magic damage. And Nastia puts that magic res reduction buff out there, or debuff out there, and she also puts that acute poisoning out as well to help increase Numera's damage and her own damage. It would work a little bit better, but you'd have to figure out a different way of placing these units down. You'd have to bring another fighter or something somewhere, probably replace Ingrid. Anyways, let's get into the fight. I could show you how this is going to go, and then I'm just going to basically go into a time lapse and let you watch the fight. We'll come back with the results. Like I said, I have no idea how this is going to work and how far into the fight it's going to work. I'm just trying. You're just gonna just jump in there and then we'll have the results. Alright, so first off, I can place Numera right here. Remember that she is, all the damage is based off your distance because she's placed under Aracha as the Lord. So having her the farthest back is going to work well. And I'll explain why she's in that position instead of down here in just a second. And well, that's because Carnelian is not in that. She's going to be in a different position in this fight. Alright, so we have her there. We're going to put Constance right here above her. And then we are going to go ahead and put, I think Praetus down here. Nope, one over. Praetus there. We'll put Carnelian down here facing left. By putting Carnelian here, we're actually going to be able to cover everybody extremely well and have them full coverage all the time. Something is a bit of an advantage here for having Elowen on the field. Alright, now I do want to place Talon up in this corner here. And we're going to place down Elowen here. And then we're going to place Ingrid right here. Ingrid can swap into Stellar mode right away. Go ahead and place Fercy down, up here facing down. That AoE damage reduction, inspiration, the burst heal, everything that he does, it is amazing. Then we're going to go ahead and place Jira here. And then Aracha right here. Now you can kind of see the alignment that we have going on here. So Percy has everybody covered for AoE damage reduction. Jira's up here. I don't know how long she's going to live. I hope she lives for a long time. We'll see though. It really depends on how long she can take those falling stones. She does have 1 attack percentage piece on her though, so we'll find out. But we have Constance here. She has everybody except for Talon in her range, which is kind of unfortunate. It's kind of hard to get everybody in that range. But we do have Elowen covering everybody, and she is able to dispel debuffs on these units here just off of her basic heal with a chance of doing that. And they'll always be within her healing range, unlike a lot of the other team setups that you see. Ingrid's just over here doing damage. Praetus as well. And then we have Numera down here. Now, the way Numera works is she gets these Grimthorn spikes, and that's those things that you see popping up right here. You can see it on the screen. I hope you can. When you get 4 of these, then the 5th one that she puts out will start putting up that damage reduction. And then you have to not worry about taking so much damage anyways. If you want to activate her all the time, you're going to need to bring somebody else with damage reduction. That's something you want to keep in mind. Jira will just be a tanking and reflecting damage essentially. It's not the greatest amount of damage, but any damage is damage. You take whatever you can get. And the Carnelian also has everybody in her range as well. And I think she has a Golden Scarab on, but Percy has the Euphoric Orb to increase their attack speed as well. So it kind of is what it is. I'm going to mostly hold on to these guys' ults throughout the fight. And then when we get to the invulnerability phase, I'll activate them every single time that I can. Also, later on in the fight, you'll probably notice that I'll start activating them earlier in between each phase because you have to take a big chunk of health off the boss to make sure that you do enough damage. But let's just go and show you how I'm going to do this. I'm going to start letting it ride. Alright, so here we go. The Titan Saw is about to come up. Numera is still sitting on, I think, 3 stacks right now of Grimthorn Spikes. You can see the damage reduction is not up. Yeah, the damage reduction is not actually up. I think it is right here now. Okay, it is up now. She must have the 4th spike going in there and putting that damage reduction on. Also, those roots as well, which is, I believe, right here. Yep. You can see the Grimthorn Roots, I think they were called. Deals continuous true damage equal to 30% of the caster's attack per second, stacking up to 6 times, cannot be dispelled. So if she just sits here like this, she's doing a lot of true damage anyways if she's just sitting idle, so it's not really that big of a deal. Carnelian, you're going to want to activate as soon as the saw gets right there. And the boss will come down and hit. That was actually a little bit early for some reason. It looked like it was a little glitchy. But it is right here. When the saw just passes this platform is when you want to activate Carnelian. Jira, you can activate whenever you're ready. Same thing with Aracha. So here comes that laser. We're going to use Percy to supplement some heals throughout the whole fight. That's how that's going to work. Now we're just waiting for the boss to get down. We're not really worried about the damage incoming quite at this point. You can see the stacks, or the stun stacks, are not stacking up that fast. It's not really that big of a surprise to me. Not activating Praetus over here, his Lord skill, or activating Numera or anything like that. The only one doing it is Aracha, and she doesn't really do that many, so. Gotta get this right this time, right there. See, she activates at the same time. She should apply essences at that time, and then each time this phase starts in the invulnerability phase, I'm going to activate Praetus. I'm going to activate our Constance, Helen, Numera, and then the Lord skill for Praetus. And you can see the damage is pretty significant, right around 5k. Nothing too crazy. It's not like out of this world or anything. Right now, Numera is actually above Praetus for damage, and she's only used her skill once. So, like I said, I'm going to try to keep them not using their abilities as much as I can for as long as I can, to try to keep that equalized. We'll see how Numera's A1 keeps up with a Praetus Awaken level 3. I think it's going to be pretty interesting, to be honest with you. Now for the Earth Shatter. When this comes around, first let's activate Jira. I'll always activate Percy right, let's say right now. This will help burst heal, get their heals back, get their health back up to full. Works pretty well. On the Aegis mode here comes Talon. She just removed the buff, you saw it come up, and she just takes it off. She does an amazing job at this, just about as good and seamless as Kagiri. Obviously she's not doing as much damage as those units are, like Kagiri or Lucius, but it does do a very good job, and you don't really have to worry about it much. So right here, we're going to go into 1x. I'm going to count to 5 and then activate Carnelian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Carnelian. And she should activate right after he slams. you want to make sure you get that timing just right, because later on in the fight, in the later stages, that's going to hit really hard. You can make sure you want to activate Carnelian. Same thing right now. So the shield's going to come up. Here comes the shield. Alan should remove it pretty quickly. Come on, Talon, don't let me down. There she goes. She took it off. Activate First heal. Now we're waiting for this health to get down to about 2% or so. We can start activating our guys. Activate Praetus, our Constance, Talon, Numera, and then Praetus's Lord skill. We call it the Praetus button. Activate the Praetus button. Alright, as you can see, everybody still doesn't have an essence yet. Those essences are what keeps everybody safe. It basically gives them an unyielding. It's right behind this little poison stack here. You can see the little red orbs above their head. When you get hit from the boss and your health goes below 50%, if you activate Carnelian right at the right moment, she will reapply a new essence, even if that brings their health down to 0 and uses up an essence. So that's the whole idea with Carnelian. And I'm going to try to explain the timings on that as well as we go along here. But as soon as he goes to start charge back and lay poisons, we're going to activate Eloin. Right when he comes forward. Now, Eloin will cleanse the debuffs, get rid of all the poisons for us. And then we're good. Activate Carnelian right now. Does that slam after the first poison wave goes through. That makes sure that everybody stays safe. The timing on that is pretty quick. As soon as he comes back, gets ready to charge, it's going to start slamming pretty much right after. And there's a little bit of delay on activating Carnelian's ultimate, so kind of practice that. You want to get further in that. For the second wave, we need to survive without having anything there, so go ahead and place a Wood Elf down over here by Praetus and Aracha. And this one, he's going to hit us with lasers in between. Use First to supplement heal that. Nice big burst heal. And you could see Eloin being, I think it's A1 that requires that. I think it's the A1. But she's just kind of cleansing this stuff off as she goes. Now he went to invulnerability phase right now, so activate Praetus, Constance, Talon, Numera, Praetus button. Same cycle over and over and over again until we get later in the fight, and then I'm going to try to do that once early on in each phase, and then try to save it as much as I can for the invulnerability phase. That's how you maximize your damage on Apoc 2. This is not going to be a record-breaking team, I can guarantee that, but I will be right back after this short time lapse. Just enjoy the video, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, we're going to Advanced Evolution 6, just starting right now. Things are getting pretty tight already. We're sitting right at 174k. Praetus is sitting at 500 mil. We have Numera at 468 million right now. I did have to activate Praetus a little more often than Numera. Otherwise, Numera was holding the lead for a long time. Try to keep it up on the screen so you could see. But I think this might be the threshold that I can kind of cover here. And I did notice that I was actually able to activate Numera more often than I thought I'd be able to. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I do have to activate Praetus and his Lord skill when the Titan Saw goes to charge up. And then as soon as he gets done doing that with his little bolts coming down, I had to activate Numera to get her stuns going. This does help me get through the Titan Saw phase. Wanted to call that out in this video here. So you can start with, yeah, it doesn't really matter who you start with. Just start with Praetus. Activate his Lord skill, get some stuns out, and as soon as these little bolts stop coming down, go ahead and you can, well, activate Constance quick. We're gonna go ahead and activate Numera. Get some more going. He's got about 4 on him now. It's 5, 6, 7. So she does about 3 to 4 is what I'm kind of finding, and it's not that hot, to be honest with you. Kind of is what it is, you know. Not a lot of stuns. You're gonna have to be able to work with it. Did she activate? I think she did. Oh shoot, she might not have activated. But she did. Okay. Thank goodness. I'm having some problems with timing with these two up here. Fursey and who's the other one here? Talon as well. They keep getting they keep losing their essences on me. Anyways. Fursey. Big heal. I will activate Praetus now. And then his Lord skill. Get some stuns going as soon as they stop. We'll go ahead and start Numera. And you can go hit Talon whenever you want to as well. She's out of Constance range anyways. You can just kind of use Talon whenever you feel like it. 6, looks like we're only getting 6 this time around. That's a bummer. It's just enough to get back to Carnelian's ult. Could lose somebody pretty quickly here. I actually got Essence back, but now I lost Carnelian's essence. I don't know. This is weird what's going on here. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so this time we get to activate everybody. So Praetus, Constance, Praetus's Lord skill, Praetus button, and then we will go ahead and activate Numera's. And we got 6 stacks right now. Typically 2 come from Aracha, about 3 or 4 come from Numera, and about the same coming out of Praetus if it's lined up correctly. Like I said, I didn't really expect this to be some kind of record-breaking team. I just knew that it was gonna work, that the team strategy or synergy is really well. Alright, activate Constant or Carnelian. Hopefully I don't lose anybody. The orbs are just going on and off everywhere. Oh, it's weird. Activate Fursey. They seem to still survive. I don't know. It's really odd, guys. It's really odd. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and activate Praetus right now. I want to try to wait for Constance. Okay, so we're going to do Constance, Numera, and the Praetus button. There we go. The last Aegis Field Shield phase, I should say. I did struggle in Advanced Evolution 5 on this, so I do need to kind of pound away on this guy as much as I can. He's actually hurting me a lot more than I thought he would as well. Not really sure what is up with that. So, well, 46% on Constance. I'm going to activate Praetus and Numera without being inspiration or anything, so we'll just go ahead and use that just to get some damage out. Kind of seems to be working out for me just to get through here. He's got their essence back, I believe, which is good. Constance ult is ready, but I'm going to wait until these guys are ready this time around. Percy, big heal. We'll see if we make it through this time. Damage definitely is an issue here. It definitely is an issue. Just a quick shout out that Vorn is a much better option. I do not have Vorn. Than using Talon. He can actually remove the buffs as well off the Aegis phase. So that's something interesting to keep in mind. If you have Vorn, swap your Talon out for Vorn immediately. Then you get your 3 stacks of poison. And you can try to figure out a team getting Yovar in there instead of Aracha possibly. Or if you have Nastia, run that instead as well. Same thing, I'm activating these two outside of the Constance ult to get some damage in between. It doesn't really look like I'm gonna make it there. I'm not sure. I am not sure, guys. I'm not sure. But Numera is going toe to toe with Praetus at Awaken level 3, and my Numera is Awaken level 1. That is something to talk about. That is something to talk about. She's doing that much damage, and Praetus is using his ult much more often. That's definitely worth mentioning. Everybody's ult's going here. Gotta wait till I get 10 stacks of poison. We're only going with about 20 stacks, so it doesn't look like those are gonna add on. So I'm gonna go ahead and activate her. And that hurts. Gosh, that hurts. 50 seconds left, 23%. Can we get any further? Come on. Come on. You guys can do this. And do this time is activate Percy, Numera, then the Praetus button, and Talon. 10% left, 25 seconds. I have to go back in another time lapse. Looks like we're making her. We made it. Look at that. Look at that. Don't think we're gonna make it far into Advanced Evolution 7. I don't think that's gonna be a thing here on this squad here. They're doing very well. 202,000 is nothing to scoff at. I'm not gonna complain about that at all. Let's see. Wait for Eloin here. Acidic Venom coming in as soon as possible. Activator. I am going to activate Praetus, Constance, Numera, Chameleon, Race button, all kinds of things at once. How we doing on essences here? Everybody is still loaded. We're locked and loaded, ready to go. Come on now. We'll wait on a Wood Elf. Help supplement some heals. Hopefully Eloin can keep up. And Percy, of course. In this case, I like to activate Percy a little earlier, so right in the middle of the laser here. Get some health in there before the big hit comes in. Same thing with Praetus. Activate Numera again. Talon. Just kind of pump through a bunch of this damage because it's real tight, guys. Honestly, it's real tight at this point. Chameleon. Keep them going, girl. Keep them going. This is kind of like putting on easy mode, to be honest with you. This team is super, super strong. Alright, come on, come on. It synergizes so well. I'm gonna activate early. Their health is really low. The first he gets a nice heal. looks like they're doing okay yet. Hard to tell with all those poisons up there. I'll check in just a moment. Yeah, it looks like everybody's still sitting on an essence. Good. Maybe I should just say that Carnelian is the trick. Carnelian is a trick. We would definitely be in really bad shape if Carnelian was not there. Considering we're only hitting right around 200k right now, it's not really something too impressive, like I said before, but it kind of is what it is. Alright, there goes that phase. Burn what we have and get ready for the next Titan Saw. See how far we can get into this, shall we? Everybody has an essence right now. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Activate Talon. We're gonna activate these guys just when the saw comes up instead. Ow. He just took a bunch of essences away off of Talon and Percy. They must need some more health. I'm gonna activate Constance. I'm gonna do Numera first this time. We can get our stuns out of her. Then I'll do Praetus. Just hoping the Praetus button will be fully charged. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get it back, get it back, get it back. Come on. Right, that looks good. Got about 6 stacks. Like I said, that's about average. 6 to 9, somewhere in there. Keep it real slow this time. Make sure I activate it at the right moment. New Talon was gonna fall. That was not something that was a big surprise. Percy again lost his essence. I'm not getting that, to be honest with you, why that's happening, but you know, I guess we'll just take what we get. Activated Numera when I shouldn't have. Oh well. Ah well. Percy's one we really don't want to lose. The AoE damage reduction is gonna suck if he falls off here. Let's go ahead and activate Praetus. Wait for 2 stacks on his Lord or Praetus button here. You don't want to do that in one. 2 stacks. See, he's getting about 2 stuns. 2-3 stuns. Not great. Everybody does have an essence right now. Activate Carnelian again. Oh, I thought everybody did. I guess Ingrid did not. Owie. Here we go. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. Gonna go ahead and activate Praetus. Lord button. See, he's done. I'm gonna activate Numera. We could put Talon back on the field again here. Like if Numera had another poison stack to keep igniting, I think she'd be beyond Praetus. Every time she does that, she hits about 15 mil. Something along those lines. It's nutty, whatever it is. Okay, let's see. I think that I'm kind of screwed here. Yeah. There goes everybody. This is the end for sure, guys. This is the end for sure. He's gonna wipe us all out now. No Kagiri to hold on, but we do have Jira sitting over here just playing, you know, she's just playing. Go, Jira, go. Jira's sitting at 193 million. This isn't bad considering she's been tanking the whole time. Aracha at 140. Considering it's Aracha. Definitely do want to note though as well that this is an Awakened 4 Aracha. This is no slouch. There we go. 227,000 mech fragments. Not a bad go. It's really not a bad go at it. I am kind of surprised that it couldn't go any further than that. The damage just wasn't there. I think we have to have Vorn or something on the team. Nastia with the magic res reduction. Vorn would be a better option than Talon as far as like giving more poison explosions going on. Vorn also takes off those buffs. I'm gonna go ahead and save this because why not? Finish up my run for the week. That kind of two birds with one stone, you know what I'm saying? All right, so stats. Here we are with Praetus at 675 million damage coming out of Praetus. 616 out of an Awakened 1 Numera without the most optimal comp to be synergizing with her perfectly. She only has Aracha there for extra poisons. And yeah, I think that's something that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy, honestly. Praetus was activating much more often, much more earlier. Otherwise, she was holding like a 20 million lead. So I think that the Awakened 1 Numera keeps up with Awakened 3 Praetus pretty darn well. Honestly, if that was an Awakened 1 Praetus, she'd be blowing him out of the water. I can guarantee that. Ingrid in Stellar Mode, I'm never really that impressed with Ingrid in Stellar Mode. It actually might be better to go with, you know, some kind of unit that would have some magic reduction, magic res reduction. Hold on, let me see if I can find one quick. I can call out the website if you guys want to filter your heroes and look for certain debuffs. Prospector.gg is the place to go. Click on hero guides, and on the right side or at the bottom on your phone, you'll see a filter where you can put on any kind of debuff that you can think of. If there's anything missing that you would like to be there, that's not just single hero dependent, let me know down in the comment section. I'll try to see if I can get that added in here. So offensive dispel is not what we're looking for. We are looking for magic res reduction. These are normal hero tags, and I have enemy debuffs down here. So acute poisoning would be something that's new. Let's see, magic res reduction. There's 10 heroes that can do that. So a good unit would be Nastia. Lyra is a good unit. Helga is another option. If you decide to go with Nastia, Helga, that'd be a good way of going. Anai even works really well. Xena is something you could consider. I don't know if that's a great option, but I would say that Helga and Nastia are your best two options here. And then considering Lyra as well. Lyra would be a good one to bring along if you had to run a Cyrus or something as a tank, which does actually work very well in that faction. But I said I was going to show you the gear, so let's go over the gear so you know exactly what I'm using. It's quite a powerful team. It's quite a powerful team. I like the team. I honestly do. Let's see. We have Aracha here. 21.3k attack. 311% crit damage. We have our exclusive at level 16. Warlord is right here on the left side. Going for big attack to try to bring up those poisons. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. Same thing here. And the same thing here, picking up flat attack where you can. She's not the priority build Numera was. Numera is in a Shattered Hilt at level 25. She has those two quad rolls that I showed you earlier in the video. Soulbound Arcana, attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage with Rage Regen on one of them. This one actually has aggression. And then we have the quad roll underneath the attack bonus on the other two pieces. Talon. She has a Bright Collar's Claw at level 25, and she is running a quad roll on the weapon for Wicked Vengeance, and another quad roll, but instead of having attack speed, we went with flat attack. On the breastplate, Infernal Roar, attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack, and we're looking for those quad rolls here throughout the whole build. Then we have Fursey here. Euphoric Orb, this helps increase the attack speed of the units that are in his range. Periodically, it's every 60 seconds lasting for 40 seconds. Warlord set on the left side, it's going to be attack speed, attack bonus. Healing effect is not really the most important, but Rage Gen would be great. Kind of like this piece on both sides, or both pieces on the left side. Invigoration set, attack bonus on all three. Attack speed, Rage Regen, and flat attack are your goals, if you can get it across the whole thing. Eloin. Eloin is in a really nice build. 31.1k HP, 19k attack. He has 582 attack speed. Rage Regen is at 80%. Healing effects is at 93. Golden Scarab is what you want to go for. If your Rage Regen is sitting around 80% and your Pantheon is as high as mine, you can go with the Golden Scarab. That can kind of put you to that point you seen on mine where she's just fast enough. If not, go for 100% Rage Regen and then do Golden Scarab if your Pantheon is the lower level. Light's Grace on the weapon. Attack speed, Rage Regen, healing effect, HP bonus, or attack bonus. Same thing here, but this is just an exclusive piece for her. Increases her max HP by an equal amount to 20 times her healing effect. Kind of helps her stay alive a little bit better. It's very nice, actually. I have a better piece on there. I'm not surprised. I'm just kind of surprised I didn't have it on her. Attack bonus, invigoration set, attack speed, rage regen, HP. Attack speed with rage regen, attack bonus, HP bonus, and flat attack. And then attack bonus on the ring with attack speed, rage regen. Healing effect would be nicer than defense bonus, but then run HP bonus. Try not to put the most premium sets on everybody. So Praetus, Pure Twilight, Warlord, attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, HP bonus on the weapon, attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and flat attack on the breastplate. Soulborn Arcana, you're looking for attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and flat attack. Attack speed preferred on the other pieces. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack would be preferred. Same thing here. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack or flat attack would be preferred. Rage regen is a good option. Constance, Keen Wisdom. If you didn't know, the Keen Wisdom does offer the highest attack boost. She's an inspiration unit, so that helps her out more than any other artifact that she can use. If you're just looking for attack bonus, as high as you can get it with some defensive stats. If you get attack speed in there to help with healing a little bit, that's fine. Same thing here on the breastplate, so Calamity or Warlord is going to work. Invigoration, attack bonus, attack speed, rage regen, healing effect, defense bonus. And the same thing across the board is what you're really looking for here. Is just attack bonus, flat attack, attack speed, rage regen, healing effect. Ingrid, Pure Twilight, Force, level 25. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage on the weapon. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and flat attack on the breastplate. The true damage between her and Praetus, or any true damage hero, you want to get that attack as high as you possibly can. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack. Same thing here if you can get it. And the same thing here if you can get it. Jira is a little bit weird. Key of Forsaken increases max HP by 7%. This is going to help her be a little bit more tanky. On the field, stacking up to 3 times, so she's going to get extra 21% HP on top of what she already has, which is really high. Upon reaching max stacks, increases damage by 12%, so it also helps increase her damage. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, HP bonus as the force stat on both your weapon and breastplate. Glacier set works really well for her. You want to get HP bonus across the board. Try to push it into attack bonus so you have those nice pieces. Otherwise, you're just looking for HP bonus, attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and attack speed on your substats. If you get an attack bonus piece, you're looking for attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, and HP bonus on your substats. Carnelian, super fast. You're looking at about 30k HP is nice. Attack speed plus 650 is ideal. Rage regen at 140%. It doesn't really need to be that high. 120% works really well. Golden Scarab on her, of course. And then Whirlwind, we're looking for the high attack speed roll with rage regen. Across the board, attack speed, rage regen. Attack bonus does help heal a little bit though. On the Invigoration set, you want to have HP bonus on your bangle, attack speed, rage regen. Attack speed on your amulet with rage regen, HP bonus to try to keep her alive. And then rage regen on your ring with attack speed and HP bonus and attack bonus, whatever stats you would like. But the main stat you're looking for is attack speed. You want to make her super fast, have a lot of rage regen, and have a roughly 30k HP, and she's good to go. But anyways, guys, 227k mech fragments. That's very acceptable for a team that isn't exactly the way it's supposed to be. We're running Talon, Aracha, and Numera, and no other poison units on the team. So it's just an Aracha Numera comp and kind of showing off how she can be used that way. I definitely think that running Yovar and then Vorn would be better. Or if you have Nastia, try to figure out how to get Nastia on the field and then run another poison unit like Vorn or something as well. Anyways, hope you found this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out prospector.gg and check out those hero guides if you want to know how to build any units. Special call out to all the people that are helping me out. There's a whole bunch of people in the Discord that have just joined the team as editors, and they've been filling out the skills, so all I have to do is go in there and select the stage ratings and the gear ratings. Also, if you don't mind supporting me, check out smile1.prospector.gg. It's always helpful. I get a 5% kickback whenever you decide to use a purchase. You should use it anyways if you're going to spend, because it does give you a 10% discount. And if you use it, you might as well pick a creator of your choice and try to support them in their channel. Also, if you have any questions or ideas or any kind of comps like this you'd like me to try out, please join Discord and at me in my general chat, and I will take it into consideration, or just comment it down on this video. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you found it helpful. I've been the Prospector. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.